Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tastefully Balanced. I'm Miriam, and for today's Desi fusion recipe, we are making a chicken keema empanada that's baked in the oven to perfection. It's delicious, it's baked so you don't have to feel that bad about it being fried, and you've got all those lovely Desi flavors inside of the empanada. So if you guys love Desi fusion recipes, please subscribe and keep watching. All right, welcome back. The first thing we're gonna make is the ground chicken keema to stuff our empanadas with. So I have a pan in front of me on medium. To that, I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Get that nice and hot. And then add onions. So I have over here a medium onion that I've diced up. It looks like my pan's pretty hot already, so add that in. And then we're just gonna fry this for about 5 minutes until it starts getting a little bit clear. All right, that looks good. So now I'm gonna add in my ginger and garlic paste. Stir that up for a little bit. And then we're gonna add in our masala. So for the masala, I have cumin, coriander, chili, salt, pepper, turmeric, and garam masala. And chili. I don't know if I said chili, but lots of chili in there. So we're gonna fry up the dry spices for a little bit, and you can see that it's starting to get a little bit dry, and instead of adding more oil, I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of water. So I just wanna water fry this instead of adding more oil. All right, I ended up adding a little bit more water, but this is what it looks like right now. To this, I'm gonna add my ground chicken. So I have about 2.5 pounds of ground chicken here that I'm going to now saute with all of the masala and the onions and the garlic ginger until you no longer see any pink. And I'll show you guys when it's right about around the time to add in the tomatoes and cilantro, which is the end of what we're gonna be making. All right, this looks perfect. There is not that much pink left. So at this point, you still have more to cook, but I'm gonna add in my tomatoes so that there will be more liquid, and at the end, we want all the liquid to evaporate. All right, cook this for about 5-6 minutes until the tomatoes become totally mushed into the actual keema. All right, that looks perfect. So if I look at the bottom of the pan, there is no more liquid. So that's when I know it's good and ready to go. The last thing I'm gonna add is some cilantro. This is optional. You can add it if you want it, but I like how it's green and it gives that fresh look to the entire dish. And that is really it. I'm gonna wait for this to completely cool down before I stuff my empanadas, but I'll show you guys exactly how I do that. We just have to wait until this gets cold. All right, so now my chicken keema mix is nice and cooled down. Looks beautiful here. And so now what I have is some flour tortilla. You can find this in your grocery store in the refrigerated section. You don't have to thaw it out, it's just refrigerated. So you can take one out just like this. And in the meantime, I've already preheated my oven at 400 degrees, and then I have my baking tray here. I've sprayed it with some avocado oil. So I put the cooling rack so that you really get that nice crispiness, even though we're not frying it. We're gonna bake it, but you're still gonna achieve that nice crispiness. So go ahead and add in some of my keema mix right in the middle here. Just a couple tablespoons is good. All right, and then I take some water and just brush the side all around with some water. And then you just fold it in half like that and take a fork and just press down with your fork. So you create a seam so everything stays nice and inside. All right, perfect. So now we just put it on our baking tray and you just make sure and spray the top of it. And you just want to bake it for 10 minutes, that's it. And then also broil it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Watch it really carefully so you don't burn it because you can burn it really fast. But then you'll be done and it'll be nice and golden brown on both sides. All right, I just pulled the empanadas out of the oven. I did flip it halfway, which is why it's on the other side, but let me go ahead and show you guys. Oh yes, nice, perfect, crispy, and I didn't even have to fry it. And this was my first one that turned out terrible, so don't mind that. But that is gonna be the one I taste test. So I'm gonna take it, split it in half for you guys. Oh, nice and flaky. Let me show you guys. Oh, but it's so hot, so I'm gonna let that cool down before I taste test and I'll tell you guys exactly how it is. All right, nice and cooled down. That is delicious. And honestly tastes a little like a samosa. But it's essentially the same thing except for a flour tortilla instead of a flaky crust. And then of course it's not deep fried, it's baked. So this is absolutely delicious. You can honestly even take the chicken keema that we made and just have it as its own dish too because it's delicious. That's what the filling is. And it just gives it a nice desi kind of kick to it. All right guys, this is absolutely delicious. If you guys love this desi fusion type of cuisine, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And as always, live life tastefully balanced. All right, so my empanada, the okay. All right, so my chicken.
I wasn't even recording.
So if you guys love these types of desi
Desi fusion.
uh-huh.